I'm Cam Weiland. We often discuss the importance of presenting realistic characters whose personalities are neither entirely good nor entirely bad. However, putting this principle into practice can be easier said than done. When in the thick of writing our first drafts and forming our characters on the page, it can be easy to concentrate so much on making certain that readers will sympathize with these characters that we quiver before the thought of doing anything that would make them seem unlikable. A reading of George Eliot's classic, The Mill on the Floss, should be more than enough to give us the courage to paint on both the strengths and the weaknesses of our characters with a broad brush. Every character in this story shows us both sides of his personality. We see the good points of characters we dislike, such as Tom Tulliver and Stephen Guest, just as we see the faults of the more sympathetic characters, such as the heroine Maggie Tulliver. Eliot obviously didn't feel she needed to hold her readers' hands throughout the narrative by protecting them from her characters' dichotomous nuances in their motives and actions. Perhaps one of the best characters in the book is Tom and Maggie's father, whose flaws and virtues are both obvious on the page. His pride, foolishness, and anger are all obvious in a scene in which he forces his son to inscribe in the family Bible a perpetual curse against his longtime enemy, the lawyer Wakem. But his kind-heartedness and generosity are just as obvious in another scene, in which he forgives a debt against his sister's husband, even though he's in desperate need of the money to pay off his own debts. Eliot presents all these facts without passing judgment on either the good or the bad, and the result is a striking portrait of real humanity, the honesty of which makes our characters sympathetic in their very faults.